One pitcher and one hitter that you must avoid at their current draft cost in the AL Central. I'm Alan Seslowsky. He's Jeff Erickson. Is there a pitcher that's going a little bit earlier, even though their team projects to not be that great?
In other cases, I was saying for the price. This one I'm saying not at all. It's Dylan Bundy. I think 2020 is just a total outlier at this point in time. I know he's got the pedigree. He's had the peripheral, not the peripheral, but the component stats, the Ks and the walks have been good at one point in time. I just don't see it fully happening. I think Minnesota's the wrong ballpark for that a little bit. I think his home run tendencies will be amplified there. Even though it's pick 450, I understand where you want to take a chance on him. I'm just not going to be there for that. I'm going to find somebody else.
Who's your least favorite Twins hitter that's going just a little too high in these drafts?
Miguel Sano, and there's so many other first basemen at that price level. I'd rather go elsewhere. I just too injury prone, too likely to hurt your batting average. You know, you get the power, sure, but you get nothing else. You don't get batting average. You don't even get the benefit of runs scored because he's slow. He's going to miss games. You might get RBI if you're lucky, but he's a 2-category player at best.
Let's talk Kansas City Royals.
I probably won't take Mike Minor. I think that they have so many other good young arms. I think they're going to look to find a way to ship him out. I don't know if he's going to be fully healthy. He was hurt a lot last year. He hasn't been the same since that big year in Texas.
Who's the must-avoid hitter?
This is a broken record. Adalberto Mondesi. I'm not paying the price for him. You could rule stolen bases in your league. I get that. But you could also get 60 games out of him. Giving up batting average, you're giving up RBI. You're probably giving up, home runs. He does have a token amount of power. You're not even getting the benefit from runs. So they said that he's not going to be an everyday player. Maybe he tears it up and that changes things a little bit, but I just see him as too big a risk, and he's going for the price. I just don't think there's anywhere near where I'm willing to pay for him.
Who's the most expensive Detroit Tiger pitcher that you just don't understand why they're going that high?
The guy that I'm not going to take is Matt Manning. He's not going high. But
where's his average draft position right now?
Over 300, because I think it's going to be a have to cut. So I'm not taking him.
Who's the Detroit Tigers hitter that you just don't want to draft?
I found myself not wanting to draft Akil Baddoo for the price. I think this is one that could burn me because he could be a 2020 player someday, but he's got a big hole against lefties. I think Detroit's going to have all these good young guys coming up. They're going to push him for playing time. I think the counting stats are going to be below what you expect. I think his potential is baked into his price already. I'm not a Bieber believer. I know there's an update just recently that came out saying, okay, he thinks he's fully ready for the start of the season. He's coming off that shoulder issue that limited a lot of his time. That's kind of a hopeful thing. I'm extremely wary of starting pitchers coming back from shoulder problems. And where he's not fully priced, he's not in the first round. He's going at the end of the second, beginning of the third. As we get closer and closer to opening day, I think that price is only going to go up. I don't see myself drafting him.
Who are you guaranteeing busts as the hitter on the Guardians?
Gimenez is a guy I'm not drafting. I think this is his last best chance to earn a playing time spot for the Guardians, but they have a bunch of middle infield prospects coming up through the pipeline. He could lose that job by midseason if he even has it to begin the year. I know everybody is tantalized by the 11 stolen bases last year. He's 11 for 11, but he did that with like a 280 OBP. He's not a good hitter.
Chicago White Sox. Is there a pitcher that you would call a must avoid, or is this one of those situations where you just want all of them?
Dylan Cease is the guy I'm not going to get for the price. I think his price bakes in improvement a little bit. There is a huge strikeout ceiling with him. I think his walks were as low as it's going to get at 9.6%, and that's still kind of scary. It means he's hurting your whip. If you're getting a guy in the top 100 players, he's got to help you in those ratio categories. And I don't want a guy that's going to be below average in whip. It's harder to catch up in that category. So I don't want to be behind the 8 ball there. Walks too many guys. Could have a big bust out. I could be wrong about this one. So, take that for the appropriate grain of salt, but he's not going to be on my teams.
Is there a hitter that you want no part of on the Chicago White Sox?
So Yoan Moncada, everyone saw what he did in 2019. He has the prospect pedigree, but almost all the indicators are going in the wrong direction. He's not running as much. The exit velocity is down, especially on fly balls, which leads to power. I know you're getting a discount. I don't even think it's a steep enough discount, though. I don't want him until he gets to like pick 200, and that's just not getting him.
Since you watched this video to the end, let's get Jeff's prediction. Who's going to finish at the bottom of the division this year? Who's going to be the worst team in the AL Central?
Cleveland will be guarding 5th place in the AL Central.
The best way to get all your research on fantasy baseball, get ready for your draft, is the RotoWire Fantasy Baseball Draft Kit. Right now, you can get it for free for 10 days. Go to rotowire.com/try.